Hi there, Capricorn. It's Jen here from tarotspirit.net, and I'm doing a reading for February 2018. I'm going to do a quick bonus love reading at the end. If I'm not too lazy, I'll try to mark it. We'll see. So thanks for joining me. Something that I just was coming through, or that I was thinking about, is oh my god, it's gone out of my mind now. Well, must not have been a message from you. We'll see if it comes back. It's completely just out of my mind, so that's fine. So I'm using the Vicevesra tarot, and let's jump into it. So at the bottom of the deck, you have the Nine of Cups, the Wish card. So this is making sure you're really clear on your intentions. So there's a theme of relationships, just being February. It just kind of comes to mind. And this is being really clear. If you are not attached to someone and you are looking for a new relationship, is to be really thoughtful about what type of partner you want to bring in. Now, if you were to sit there and make a list of the type of partner you want, and most of the list are physical attributes, you may want to think about that, because looks fade, and looks can be deceiving, and you really want to be able, if you're just out for a fling, cool, that's fine. But if you really are looking for something with depth that's sustainable and meaningful, you may want to just think about that. It's almost like a be careful what you wish for, not in a be careful what, not in a nasty or shaming or whatever way, but just to be thoughtful about the type of job, the type of relationship, where you want to live. I mean, just to be really thoughtful about that, and what is behind what you wrote on that list. Why do you know what I mean? To just be really ponder that. It's a good thing to think about this month for you guys. You have the Fool card, which is probably my favorite card in the deck. And because this is a card about releasing yourself from societal demands, your own demands, how you were brought up, just expectations that we become saddled with, that don't necessarily make any sense. It was funny. I was listening to Psychic Teachers. Do you ever listen to that? I love podcasts. Game of Microphones is my favorite right now. But I was listening to Psychic Teachers, and Samantha did Diamond as the crystal of the week. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble spitting my words out here. And this whole giving someone a diamond as an engagement ring was a purely marketing by De Beers, I think she said. And how the diamond should be equivalent to 2 months' salary. That is not an old tradition. That is just something that this marketing person at the company came up with. So it's just to really challenge, if you feel tied to something, to a way of doing something, to anything, to really challenge your thoughts. Like, why do I want that big house that I'm going to be house poor? Why do I need that fancy car? Who cares? Who gives a crap? As long as it runs and is safe and gets me from point A to point B, and makes sense for myself or my lifestyle or my family, who cares about? So it's like getting rid of material things. He has very little baggage. I'll show you the other side. And he can move forward with life without these. It's almost like guilt and shame and these things that we accumulate from society and our upbringing, religion, whatever, that become attached to us, and they're kind of like, when you really challenge them, like, why does it matter? It doesn't matter. Like, it's time to make up your own rules about what's important to you and what things you need, if any. So I feel like a little bit of decluttering, but a releasing of those types of societal, excuse me, because the Three of Swords and the Four of Cups, and this is like, why am I not happy? I don't have the hot girlfriend or boyfriend. Well, maybe the person that isn't, the hottest person in the world is actually more suited to you and a much nicer person. Like, if you get wrapped up in thinking, okay, if I have this big house, if I have this certain type of lifestyle, if I'm doing what looks good on Instagram, you know what I mean? But it's like, but what do you really want to do? What's really interesting to you? You may find that, if you weren't happy because you were chasing the wrong things, you were doing what you felt like you should instead of what truly brings you happiness. And you guys are like, it's awesome. You're like, screw this. I'm moving on. This is the Chariot. You're like, it's like you've really challenged those ideas and are making your own way. Like, where do I want to go? Like, I'm the Fool here, and the Fool's not foolish. Where am I going? In fact, I think the Fool, I'm going to get back on my little Fool soapbox. I feel that the Fool is at the top of the major arcana because you go through the whole, Magician, High Priestess, Empress, Emperor, Hierophant, and so on up. And it's like, you can become so like, am I being balanced? Am I being fair? Am I being a leader? Am I gaining wisdom? Am I listening to my intuition? Am I being careful of my demons? Am I, you know what I mean? And I guess the point where it's like, you know what? If I wait for the perfect moment, or if I'm trying to have all those things in balance, I'm never going to do anything because it would be impossible. So this is like, yeah, I know all those things, and but I'm going to live and I'm going to move forward, because it can almost be like analysis paralysis. You are making, so there is a Page of Cups, some new love, some new message that will elicit a nice emotional response. The Empress is here. She's Mother Earth. She's grounded. You also have this Knight of Pentacles, grounded. It's like, when you make the decision, though, to move forward with the Fool, it's not this, I'm selling my house and moving to Hawaii. It's, again, this, what do you wish for? It's like, I really just want to live more in the country. I really am interested in living in a community where I can walk and save energy. I don't know what your thing is. Whatever your thing is. That's what I want to move. And so I'm going to take the steps. I mean, this knight is very careful and slow and steady and methodical, but he achieves his goals. I'm going to start taking the steps to lighten my load and build the life that really makes sense for me, not what society tells me to do. And it's going to take a change in thinking. It is. It's going to be a complete shift in how you have perceived your life and what your value is, because we can attach our self-worth to things or status or what other people think. And I'm just as guilty as anyone. I read these tarot cards because I'm hoping, not because I think I do any of this or I'm spiritually enlightened. It's because I feel like if I talk about it enough, maybe some of it will sink in. I'm still waiting for that to happen. But it does, it takes a whole change in thinking in order. It's strength. I mean, that's a big deal. Like, I'm going to pursue this thing that's not widely accepted, and people may think it's weird, or I may lose some friends, or my family might think I'm crazy, but I'm going to do it anyway. But by doing it, it brings balance to your life. That's the ironic thing. You start to feel like, oh, I finally feel right. This finally feels right. And the reason I didn't feel as fulfilled is because I was chasing after the wrong wishes and dreams. Okay, trying to keep these short. Oh, good, 10 minutes. You guys lucked out on my babbling. Quick few cards for love since it's February. Why the hell not? Using the Crystal Visions Tarot. Hanged Man. Eight of Wands. I love the Eight of Wands and the High Priestess. Here's that Four of Cups again. Yeah, so it's like the Four of Cups is just sort of like that. I think I have some book that says it's divine discontent. And to me, that's just like there's some fundamental thing missing. And again, I feel that directly relates back to maybe you're in a relationship and whether your significant other has done this on purpose, I don't think so. It's like you've become stagnant. You've stopped living your own life. And so that's just you've put things on hold. You feel, like you're not moving forward because you're in this couple, but you can still be an individual in a relationship. So make sure that you haven't fallen into a rut. How do I want to say this? First of all, if someone's really holding you back, you need to look at that, right? But have you become complacent or comfortable or somehow in your head perceived that they're not going to be supportive when they really would be? It's just like a lack of communication. But the lesson of this guy is okay, you're stuck upside down. You can either just sit there and go, I'm stuck upside down, this sucks, or you can be like, well, wait a minute, let's take a look around. Wow, I'm really seeing things in a different light because I don't usually hang upside down. So again, it gives you the opportunity to change your thinking, that change in perspective about things. And then boom, things just move really fast. You bring in new love if you're single, because when you're living authentically, that's the really interesting thing I've found out, or I've noticed. I haven't found out yet. But anyway, people who are doing their own thing, even if it's against like societal norms, quote unquote, they become so attractive because they're like living they're authentic. They're living in authenticity. So when you like stop focusing on, oh, I don't have the relationship I want, I don't have the job I want, I don't have the blah, and just start going after the things you truly care about, it's amazing how you become so much more attractive, and how things just really start to pick up in all areas of your life. And this is what deep down do you really want? This is like, deep down what you really want. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Sorry. I've only done a couple of these and I'm already getting a little insane. That my friend Brenda at work would always do that. If someone said, tell me what you want. Really listen. Those dreams or thoughts that pop up and you shove down, oh, no one will buy that, no one will want that, that won't work. I think it's time to really take those out and explore them. And this is the love part of the reading, that one person where like, oh, do I find them attractive? Do I find that you're focused on all these, again, societal pressures to date someone hot, to date someone with a fancy education or a fancy job? It's like, well, maybe this person who's just an average person like I am, like, um, is really the one. And you may, if you're open to it, find you have an amazing connection, and just might find the love of your life and the partner of your life. That was a whole lot of, that was kind of a hot mess of craziness. I'm sorry. I hope you have a really great February. Take care.